My concept was to have very smart, very capable people and give them a lot of freedom. Freedom to take risks and be creative. Our philosophy of business has been consistent over the past 30 years, and that philosophy has worked.
Music is a complex conversation. It is a precise blending of skill and talent that yields something spirited and unique, something more than any one player could produce alone. Developing musical ideas requires a special synergy between the players, an ability to react, support, augment, and redefine. When an ensemble plays without a written score, each player becomes responsible for what the group creates. He must listen to the others, offer his own ideas, take risks to try new variations, and to make sure that the results are worthwhile. The working environment at Raychem is like this kind of evolving musical interaction. Raychem is a place where creativity and teamwork flourish in a challenging environment, an environment that reflects the philosophy of its founder, Paul Cook.
My original vision for Raychem was for it to be a technical pioneer in a new science, a new technology that could form the basis of the development of thousands and thousands of new products. In order to do that, I knew we were going to have to value the individual, to encourage innovation, to nurture the creative process, to support risk-taking, for people to stick their neck out so that they could do these remarkable developments based on this pioneering technology.
I have found that in working at Raychem, no one takes you by the hand and explains to you how the organization meshes together. They kind of set you in your place and let you go. And it's kind of up to you to find out what it's all about, and there are really no limitations to that.
You can do anything you really want to here. That's why we've done a lot of the things we've done. A lot of times, the most important factor in the decision-making process is how committed is the individual to his or her idea. That's why we've gone ahead. That's why it's fun here.
We all work together to try to solve a problem. This is the way I like to work. And when we have a problem, we include engineering and the people out on the production floor.
Well, Raychem is not like any other place where they tell you this is the rule and you have to do it this way. They give you the freedom to make any suggestions to do your job better. For example, there was this woman I work with. She suggested something to be done to her machine to make her job better, and the engineers changed it, and it happens all the time.
Raychem's environment emphasizes individuals, their value, their growth, and their participation in shaping the future of the company.
Raychem goes way out to support its employees. I know they have me. They give you all the opportunity in the world to advance. No guarantees, but a world of opportunity.
Raychem's very supportive educationally. They offer a program where you can go to school and they would pay for it. I've done that. I did not have a degree in science, and I was offered classes in chemistry, which I took, which helped a lot.
And I've stayed at Raychem for as long as I have because I think they value me as an individual. They've kept me challenged. They've put me in positions where I felt I was in over my head. But with some coaching and training, I've succeeded.
Sometimes, exploring a new direction requires some unusual methods and approaches. At Raychem, people are given the freedom and support to take risks.
If you're going to be a leader in technology, an innovator, a creator, you've got to have an open environment. People have to have a chance to take the risk. They have to have an open door to show their abilities if we're going to be successful.
You know, Raychem is composed of a group of people who take smart risks, smart gambles. And when you want a group of people to act that way, it is absolutely necessary that they be given a great deal of freedom.
Risk-taking is a very important value at Raychem. The company's success has been based on taking risks, and the people who do best at Raychem tend to enjoy taking them.
The intensity of the creative environment can sometimes seem chaotic. For freedom and flexibility can also mean confusion, competing interests, and lack of clear direction.
Freedom's always been an important part of the culture of Raychem, but sometimes it gets us into trouble. Sometimes we get out of control. And to me, the tension between freedom and control is always what's made Raychem into such an intriguing place.
Well, Raychem has very little formal structure. I think that can be a very positive experience for real go-getters. For other individuals who need more support and guidance, Raychem provides that also.
We are basically against bureaucracy. We're basically against any kind of structure. We're for freedom and all of the good stuff. But we have to feel like the creative juices can flow, and any kind of bureaucratic clamp would be resisted by everyone.
If somebody comes to work for us and expects to get told what to do every day, they're going to be very disappointed and they're going to drown. We've got to be very careful to balance structure with non-structure, because if you fence people in too tight, you can stifle creativity, and it won't be any fun. And if it isn't any fun, why do it?
Finding a balance between creativity and structure is the key to successful collaboration. At Raychem, there is the opportunity to take full advantage of both the structure and the freedom of the organization in order to make things work.
Well, if you take a look at the organization chart, we look very structured. Everybody's got a boss, and every boss has a boss. But when it comes to decision-making, we get the people who know the most involved in the process.
Well, one of the things you learn quickly is that you need to pool talents and capabilities. You got to pick your way through the organization, touch bases with those individuals that can help you achieve your goal.
To be successful at Raychem, one has to be committed. A committed person exhausts all avenues in completing their tasks or successfully reaching their goals. There's not just one avenue, there are many, and a committed person finds the right one.
Raychem's decision-making process is often nebulous and disjointed. But when the time comes, they have the ability to organize and mobilize people toward a common goal. An example of this was the Alaska pipeline. We had to develop and test, in a matter of months, a corrosion protection product. It was this lack of structure that allowed us to move so quickly.
We had a problem in Hong Kong a couple of years ago. We had a person on the plane within 6 hours, and the problem was fixed in 2 days. Without freedom, you would have had to go through a lot of bureaucracy. We didn't have to fight bureaucracy, we just did it.
I think it's a lot more exciting than working for a company with a fixed game plan, where the only hurdles you've got are the ones you've constructed yourself. Here our hurdles pop up, they go away the next day. We may invent something that totally changes the direction we've got to take. We may learn something in the market that's completely unexpected, and we'll go off and pursue that new direction in an instant.
The Raychem environment is unique, balancing freedom and responsibility, individual initiative and teamwork, hard work and fun. But it takes special people to thrive in this kind of environment. People who know how to establish a direction, refine their theme, and make sure that their ideas are heard.
We believe that there's a wide variety of people who can make an important contribution at Raychem. But we do seek particular properties in those people that will lead to their success. For example, we believe that energy that inquisitiveness, willingness to get involved, mature self-confidence to stick their neck out, all these are important properties, and we seek those.
The kind of people who work successfully here are the kind of people who don't wait to be told what to do. It's like an extruder operator telling an engineer how to alter a machine so it would be better. It's a group of admin people writing an office procedures manual on their own time.
I think it requires someone with a broad range of skills and interests, in addition to capabilities. Because people here tend to move across divisions and departments all the time, it also requires a person who can think in different ways and different dimensions.
The person that works well at Raychem is somebody that takes pride in their job, knows that their job is important. Everybody counts here, and that's what makes it work.
We don't impose from the top how our people should act, but we do set up certain guidelines of things that we strongly believe in order for Raychem to be a success. And I think that the most important of those is taking care of our customer. It's absolutely fundamental for our success that we recognize the needs of our customer and that we ask each and every person in the company to take care of them. It doesn't matter whether they're away over a weekend, whether they're on holiday, or even if it's in the middle of the night. We expect them to respond to any trouble that happens in order to come in and take care of their customer.
The best example I could give you was the time that a big hurricane came in and leveled the coastal towns in Texas. Southwest Bell came to us and asked us if we had a better answer than what they had been using. We literally developed a product in 30, maybe 45 days with a team of about 12 people. Presented it to them. They thought it was a good idea, asked us to come to Corpus Christi. We set up in hotels, putting the product together in kits because there was no way to manufacture it that quickly. And literally in days, we were ready to go to work. We sat up till like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, putting these kits together, and at 6:30, we were out on the street where the training started. We did that for 3 months. It was a huge success.
Staying on the cutting edge of technology means a company must continually evolve and grow, always looking forward, but also staying focused on the basic philosophy that has led to its success.
The development of Raychem has been based on the strong belief in the dignity and worth of the individual. As we've evolved from a small and pioneering company to an important industrial concern through periods of social change and of economic change, that essential philosophy has endured. As we continue to grow our technology and as we continue to grow in sales, our most valuable resource continues to be our people.
Well, when I first came to Raychem, that was 1963, I was being interviewed by Vince Lanza. Vince was the head of research and development at that time. And I said, Vince, tell me, how is Raychem going to keep this growth up 25% a year? And I always remember Vince leaned back and he said, well, let me think. We've got the best technology we can find, and we're ahead and we're pioneering in that technology. We have good patent protection. We're making enough money to fund our development. We're out looking for the best people we can find, and they seem to be working hard and loving it and enjoying it. And Vince said, if that doesn't work, then you might as well forget the whole free enterprise system. And I thought about that many times over the years, and it's true, I think. It sounds corny, but it's true.
The factors responsible for Raychem's success are reflected in the sculpture. The three elements of the sculpture, the three semicircles, represent innovation, technology, and people. And it's the balanced interaction of those three elements that have been responsible, in my view, for the fact that Raychem has grown every year for the last 30 years.
From a small company of less than 25 employees 30 years ago, Raychem has grown to employ more than 10,000 people throughout the world. They work in an environment that is challenging, stimulating, and rewarding. Like playing in a musical ensemble, working at Raychem is a complex conversation. Being a part of a structure that is fluid and creative means each individual must play his part with confidence and skill. And when each person is carefully chosen and performs within the framework of the group, a magical synergy results in which the impact of the whole is greater than the sum of its parts.
The basic idea of Raychem, pioneering new technology, getting the best people you can find and turning them loose, when it works, that's magic. It's a simple strategy, it's an elegant strategy, but there are no limits to where it can take us.
As we continue to grow our technology and as we continue to grow in sales, our most valuable resource continues to be our people. The future of Raychem is in our hands.